So we open with Bobby Cannavale telling the PI about what the previous owner told him, and she said, well, apparently he's a proven pathological liar, so I wouldn't believe that his kids saw all that messed up stuff. She said, honestly, as somebody with cancer, you trying to make peace with the world, not attack you. But whoever this is has a line of sight to your house, so it could be the dumbwaiter guy. And apparently something happened to him where he didn't talk for 10 years, but then was diagnosed with post-traumatic stress. So what happened to him in this house? Oh my goodness. Over with Naomi Watson, the real estate agent. The real estate agent gets beat at tennis and she's like, you can win sometimes, but it's inappropriate to just demolish your partner. Half if you lost, you lost. Oh my goodness. Now the real estate agent said you look real tense because you ain't getting because your husband ain't humping on you. And she said, the reason I know that, why do you know that? Because you watching her house? Oh God. Now she putting her divorce on Naomi Watts. At the end, we weren't having sex. They ain't having sex because it's the end of their marriage. They ain't having sex because their house haunted or watched. Also debt. She said, actually, we ain't been humping and I think it's me. Well, girl, you better get on that. I'm sorry. Bobby Cannavale, he ain't getting in the bed without me bothering him. Oh, God. So as Naomi's saying he being hard on their daughter, the real estate agent says, I think he's having an affair and an affair with a young woman. You just can't come out your mouth and say my man cheating on me to me like that. And I just met you? So the letters have apparently stopped. The real estate agent says, well, what happens when somebody finds out about these letters? You're not going to be able to sell that place for $1. But I got another house for you. This one's cute. No pool, though. She like, nah, I ain't gonna downsize. This is cute, but Uh-oh. However, at the house, the father goes to the daughter's room and the door is locked. I bet you she got the security guard in there. Yup, she do. Oh, so now the father go downstairs and the building inspector's just in his fridge. He's like, oh yeah, your wife said I could have whatever's in the fridge. He's like, yeah, but my wife's not here. Oh, I was here earlier. So what, you just came back for a sandwich? Lord, everybody they meet gotta be creepy as heck. He gonna ask him, so are you a Christian family? And just the way he said it, I'm like, I don't feel comfortable with this. Lord. So the building inspectors sit down to eat, and he's like, everybody's, building their houses up. Nobody want to go out no more. We turning our places into fortresses because it's the fourth turning. What's the fourth turning? Every 4 turnings is a seculum, which is the length of a human life, and at the end of that is a crisis. Oh, great. We didn't had enough crisis, which I guess would be crises plural. Oh, and then he gonna say he ain't hungry after you done put your fingers all over my food. You better eat that. Oh, child, he take 2 apples and wrap that sandwich up to go. So the building guy tell him, I saw your daughter talking to the video camera guy and it's obvious they're dating and probably humping. My daughter was humping too and we put a stop to it. He tell his family, y'all should go to the Lutheran church down the street, but thanks for the sandwich. So Bobby Cannavale goes downstairs to tell his contractor he don't want that creepy building inspector back, and the contractor's like, that wasn't a building inspector. I don't know what you're talking about. You just had a fool eating in your kitchen. I mean, really, just walk in your house, don't ask for no ID, nothing. So he's in the bedroom when his wife gets home. So she getting undressed trying to throw a little puss at him, but now he ain't in the mood. Oh, he is in the mood. Oh, she has a butt. Look at her, a white woman. She got a little butt, but it was a butt. Normally, it's just top of legs or the end of the back. I was like, oh my goodness, the curve of an ass cheek. I couldn't believe it. Y'all need to get away for the weekend or something. Oh God, he said, let me turn on the alarm before I get up in here. Child, you better get that while the getting's good. Oh God, he's like, let me check the alarm real quick. Girl, you drying up the cooch. Now she mad they ain't had sex in weeks. But as the family leaves for the hotel, he asks her, "You sleeping with Dakota, the video guy?" But she say, "Oh, nothing's going on. Just get the little heifer some birth control." Lord, so now Bobby at work, but he ain't tuned into the meeting. You gonna get fired. Child, he walk out in the meeting because he get a call from the PI. And she's got something you're never going to believe. "I'm down the street. Can you meet me?" So they go, "Oh, I know where that diner is. Oh my God!" The diner that they're meeting at is the old Empire Diner. It's closed now. I don't know what it is. I guess they're just using it as a set. But that was like an avenue and like 2 blocks up from me when I used to live on 20th and 9th in Chelsea. Memories of golden times, memories. So they meeting and she like, "Look, you gotta keep it on the hush, cause the police may not want us poking around here, but I work for you. That's where my loyalty lies." So she went to the detective and asked him about Jasper Winslow and wanted to see if there was a history, any old records on the house. So when she asked about records for the previous owners, he was like, "I was expecting you to ask that." So the Graf family lived there till 95. So she's like, "Look, I'ma tell you what happened, but ain't no public record, so ain't no pudding for you to get proof out of." Oh. And so apparently this guy was a churchgoer, so it seems like he was this faux building instructor. He gets beat up one night on his way home. So his mama helped him buy a house in the suburbs so he can raise his family. He had a son, Dale, a straight A student, and a daughter who was 17 going on 30. However, he had a wife, Helen, who can't stand his butt. Oh, God, and the mother-in-law living with him? Oh, but he gets fired and breaks down. Child, please, you can't be messing with people's income. So he's an accountant. And he steals from his mama to pay the rent. And so then he gets a letter from the watcher while he pretended to work. And the watcher knows he ain't going to work. The watcher also eyeing that daughter and says she going out at night. So he gets a whole bunch of letters but don't tell nobody. And one night his daughter's throwing a Halloween party. So he come home and see she dancing with one of her teachers. And he throw the teacher out the house. Then he start yelling at the daughter and finally says, "Someone's watching." Lord, so he's still getting letters saying that, give the house what it wants, the blood. So he go home that night and tell the family, "We all gonna die." But the family think he just talking about religion, and so they pray. Meanwhile, the father planning to off the family. So he take the kids out of school, say they going out of town for a couple months. Cuts his face out of all the family photographs. Lord, the wife tell him she gone have an affair. But child, he shoot the wife. Then he killed that irritating mama who had it coming. So after the triple homicide, he head to his son's basketball game. Bring the son home and kill him too. Then plays Twilight of the Gods on the house intercom, which Bobby Cannavale recognizes as that attic music. So apparently the dumbwaiter guy hears the music, goes over to the house, the door open, and I guess he sees the carnage and that's why he shut up. And the creepy teacher was found shot dead in his car too, but it was from a different gun. However, somebody was still getting the mail for the house. So she showed him the letters and the crime scene photos. And he's like, "Why wasn't this brought up at the sale?" Because it happened like 20 years ago. So everybody kept the story quiet so it wouldn't affect property value. Sounds about right. So nobody knows what happened to John Graf. Well, he was in your house. Wait, nobody knows what he looks like? He ain't have ID back in 95. Back with Naomi Watts, she bringing the kids back to the house because the kitchen done and the cameras are on. However, Bobby goes over to the dumbwaiter guy's house. He opened the door and then goes shut it when he sees him. And Bobby's like, no, I'm sorry. I didn't know what you had been through. Ooh. So the sister tell him, by the way, the Preservation Society is hopping mad, and we are going to have an inspection and can come in whenever we want. Read the bylaws. And when you do buy landmarked or historical property, they actually can tell you what to do and can come in your house for inspections. That's why I don't want no old antebellum shit, no way. She said you were unneighborly for not going to the funeral for Mitch and Mo since you made them off themselves. Unneighborly. So they finally all sleep in the house. They got the cameras up. The kids is off to school. And now Naomi Watts goes to get the mail. Will there be a letter? If it is, stop reading the shit. Just stop reading it. Oh, there's a letter. Oh. Stop caring, Heifer. And that was episode 3, but I'm going to see you soon for something. I don't know what, though.